Page 48, Etude. Remember, an etude is a study piece. It has some challenge to it. It has to do with music or playing the piano or both or whatever. In this case, it looks like the challenge is the repeated notes in the right hand, the chords. Okay, it's going to be our challenge, I guess. So let's look this over. It's about a page and a half long, a treble bass clef, one flat in the key signature, so it's either in F major or D minor. If you look at the end, it's here. I'm guessing we're in D minor. Since that's the key we're studying, it probably is too. Now it means we're probably going to see C sharps around it. I do see a C sharp, but I see some other C's that are not sharped. And that's okay, because that's natural minor. Harmonic or natural, either one. You can go back and forth or whatever. We can do melodic too if we wanted to. It's whatever the music needs. And 4/4 time signature. We got eighth notes going crazy. Let's do this right hand. All I'm doing here is I'm flexing at the wrist, a real small motion, and just stay relaxed. 1 and 2 and 3 and. If this motion you can't get this, exaggerate it at first so you get that feeling. Don't hurt yourself. But this. Get this until you can gradually get smaller motion. You just don't want to keep doing this with the arm thing. Just relax and use the wrist. Measure 4 and then here. That's it. You can measure 5. You start out 3/5 and then go on 3. It's like changing fingers on repeated notes. We can do it on even when there's more than one note. We can do it. Now measure 7, you go to 1, 2. And you're saying, well, why couldn't we just go to 1, 2 there on measure 5? Here. And the answer is you can. No, there's nothing wrong with it. But we'll just do what they're saying. 1, 3, and then 1, 2 later. Here. And measure 8, you're up here. Change again. This is interesting. On measure 9, you're going from 2/4. 1, 3, and then 2 measures later you go back to 2/4 again. You could have just stayed on 2/4 the whole time, but it's kind of good practice to go back and forth. So okay, I don't like changing hand or fingering too much on etudes. It depends on what the etude is about. So we can this is good practice to be able to change hand positions on this. So we'll just do the positions in the book on the right hand. I might change the left hand a little, but that's not really part of the etude. Now at the end, the last line, the measure 16, you're here, 2/4, here, and then the next one is 3/4, 2/4. Okay, then the left hand gets the melody, and it's just connected. Cool. They want 4, and then 5 here, 3, because you can lift up. No, I don't recommend it. Yep, I'm going to lift up for the phrase, but I still want a fingering that lets me connect it so I can feel my way around the keyboard. So what I'm going to do on the last measure, it's measure 3, instead of 1, 2, 4, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. This way I'm closer down here. 4, my hand is here. 3, the hand is here. I'm closer to where I want to be. And then I'm going to use a 5, 2. That way I can actually reach it here. And then 5, 2, 1. Yes, that's an A. It's 3 ledger lines below the staff. Here. You should know that note. And you do it again. Same fingering. 2, 5, 2. And then come up. They have 4. I'm going to do a 5 because 4 is a stretch. I can do 5 more easily. So again, I measure 10. You're here. I'm just going to use 5, 4, 2. Back to this other fingering. 5, 2, 4, 4 again. 4, 2, 1, or 4, 3, 1. You need the 1 on the A in measure 16. I'm using 4 on each. It's a sequence going down here. Okay, put the hands together. So this is doing its thing. Now go fast. You take it at your speed. You want the feeling of which fingers you're using. You go through the whole thing slowly and carefully. Get the hands working together, and then once I have them working together, I go back over and make sure there's no hesitations. These eighth notes are steady all the way through. Then I can add the articulation. With the right hand, you're just playing them. Not real short. They're going to sound short because it goes kind of fast, but otherwise, just play them. This, connect, then lift up, lift up. It's like the statement. Reply, statement, reply. The statement was here. The reply, statement, reply. So I'm just lifting up a little bit between them. It's like taking a breath. Measure 13, you're here. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Then the dynamics. MP at the beginning, mezzo piano, more sort of soft. And then they give you an MF underneath the staff. I don't agree with that. In my opinion, the MF belongs between the staves. The dynamic applies to the melody. And so you're just going to keep these right hand chord soft out in the background. It's the melody that's sort of loud. That's what we want. And then measure 9, you get a crescendo. They don't tell you what's going on here. It's just a crescendo and say, well, what am I doing? How loud do I get? And how long do I take to get there? And what? Well, I measure 14, you get a forte. Going from mezzo forte to forte and taking 4 or 5 measures to get there is silly. No. So what we do is we kind of break it up and say what makes musical sense here. I can come down here a little bit on the last note in measure 9, where the crescendo is. I think the crescendo's in the wrong place. I can come down and sort of soft. Come up a little bit more to sort of loud. Now loud. Now I'm loud. So it was like each sentence I went up. So I started out moderately soft, then moderately loud, and then I'm loud. It didn't matter how long the sentence was. I just took each sentence. So in my opinion, that crescendo really belongs in measure 10, not measure 9. Because then you do it, and I'd come down to moderately soft. Soft, louder, louder. Now you're loud. Then you get a diminuendo in measure 15, come down. Here, you're going to go down to very soft, but not till the end or toward the end. So you're loud on measure 15. Going into measure 16, you're still loud here. And each of these is going to get a little softer. Now soft. And the right hand's got to be super soft. Good luck with that, but yeah. So you kind of plan out these getting louders and softers. Really, the idea is get into it and get comfortable enough with it that you're into the music and you feel these getting louders and getting softers and all that stuff. Then the speed. Well, good luck with this. Allegro non troppo. Quick or fast, but not too fast. Or happy, but not too happy. Non troppo, that Beethoven used that a lot. It's got to be accurate. So what can you do accurately on these? That's what we're after. toward the end, about measure 17, 18 in there, you get a retardando where you're going to be slowing down. You just let them know that you're about done. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. To here. You should have to here. To. Remember 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Feel them. I'm exaggerating them so you can hear them better, but you just want to 1, 2, 3, 4 on these. So it's clear to the listener when that first note in the melody is a pickup note. One word of caution here. When a hand gets busy, like this right hand is doing it, it's really busy. The tendency, the natural tendency will be to just play it out. You'll do it without even realizing you're doing it. It'll just happen. So you start out nicely. Within a few measures, you're up there. And it's gotten so loud, it's just overpowering. So make an effort. Listen very carefully to that right hand and make sure you keep it underneath the melody all the way through. You don't have to play it as fast as somebody else would play it. You take it at your speed. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do louds and softs. And since I have eighth notes all over everywhere, I'm going to put the metronome on eighth notes. So it's going to beat eighth notes, but I'll give us 4 quarter notes to come in. 1 and 2 and ready and go and.